Our famous and sexy Peter.
Prepare timer because I think I will go over time. C10 is the final part of the CC project, Competent Communication, and it is also the end of the basic journey of a Toastmaster. And I think for Inspire Speech, Debbie is a perfect speaker for this project, because very rare do we find a member who is so dedicated and so passionate for Toastmasters. And I want everyone to give her once again a big round of applause. Today she talked about finding the positive in relations, whether it's people you like or people who hurt you. And I really like this story because it's putting a positive feeling on seeing how people affect you in your life, whether it's good or bad. And today she used techniques from all parts of the CC project. From C1, she introduced herself, her story to all of you. C2, her speech was well structured. C3, she got to the point. She didn't have any part of the speech that was wasted. C4, how to say it, she used words that everyone would understand. And C5, C6, C7, I won't go through all of them. And you use all the techniques that you have learned in Toastmasters. You had eye contact with everyone in the audience. You connected with every single one of them. You had good pace throughout the stage. That's something I'm still working on. Like, she walks around and moves gracefully through the stage and not just stand in one place. When you just stand in one place, the audience would often find you very boring. So when you move around, it makes people think that, wow, the speech is interesting, and my eyes is following her. And you also had a great smile, which allowed the people to think that you were very friendly. And it also makes people think that, well, I can trust this person. I can listen to what she is saying. And of course, you have visual aid with the paper. Well, it's a small visual aid, but small visual aid often is enough already. You don't necessarily need an entire PowerPoint. And I like the most is that it was your personal story. It was not only her personal story, it was her very personal and very, I think, it also puts her in a vulnerable place. Not many people would, I don't think it's easy for anyone to talk about the experience of oneself being robbed, of oneself crying in a police station while she's writing down the records. She puts herself in a vulnerable place to allow us to be inspired by her story. And I really like the positive thinking, that it is a great theme. That's what I love the most about the speech. Positive thinking is something that we are lacking in our society. Sometimes something bad will happen to people, but then sometimes we just give up, or we just end up hating everyone else. So Debbie, I think you did a great job today because you have inspired everyone, especially me. Now, I can give you some suggestions, but then it's very few because it's a very well-written speech. When you're acting different parts out, I would like you to add in a little bit more like actual dialogue. When you're running towards somebody or you're yelling toward, you literally yell, "Please stop! Come back! Now!" Literally yell out so we can feel even more within your situation. Also, different pacing. Your pacing I'm not saying the pacing of the body. I'm saying about the pacing of your voice. Because the pacing of your voice has basically stayed constant through one speed through the entire story. I would suggest, like, for different parts that are a little bit more serious or a little bit more sad, like during the police station when you're writing down a record, slow down your pace. Put down pauses at different parts so you can add in more punch or allow people to feel the sadness that you were feeling at that time. And finally, the final suggestion would be that start your advanced manuals, because I would think that there's nothing the CC can teach you now. Now, the only place that you can go is forward. strengthen your skills more with more advanced speeches, and then you can become an even better speaker. And, well, actually on time. And since this is inspire audience, I would like to end also with an inspiring conclusion. The point of the Competent Communication Manual, people may tell you, or officers may tell you that it's for practicing your speech skills. It makes you more comfortable on stage. It makes you learn how to speak better. But to me, I think it has a more meaningful purpose. Within Toastmasters, in completing the CC manual, you are finding your voice. Just like Debbie, from her first C1 to C10, she has practiced and practiced her speaking skills. And now she has found her voice and her messages that she would want to convey to the audience. So for all the members here, or new members, or people who are thinking of joining, I would implore you to join in order to find your voice. Because I think finding your own voice in life will also define who you want to be. Okay, thank you all for your time, and Debbie, great speech. Please do it. I want to listen to more of your speeches in the future. And thank you all. Back to General Evaluator.